the Baalbek Trilithon, lifting the Earth's heaviest stones. Hey adventure hidden explorers. What if I told you there's an ancient site where stones weighing more than 3 fully loaded jumbo jets were somehow quarried, moved, and lifted into place thousands of years ago with technology we still don't fully understand? Forget pyramids, we're talking about a feat that defies modern engineering. If you're ready to have your mind blown by the impossible mystery of Baalbek's Trilithon, hit that like button right now. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to join our expeditions into history's most baffling enigmas and lost knowledge. Let's defy gravity. Intro. In the heart of Lebanon's Beqaa Valley, bathed in the golden light of dawn, stands Baalbek. A monument to Roman grandeur, its towering temples to Jupiter, Bacchus, and Venus awe visitors with their scale and artistry. But look closer. Beneath the Roman splendor, forming the very foundation of the Temple of Jupiter, lies a secret far older, infinitely more colossal and stubbornly inexplicable: the Trilithon. 3 perfectly cut limestone blocks, each weighing an estimated 800 tons, roughly equivalent to a fully loaded Airbus A380, placed with astounding precision, some 20 feet above ground level. And just a mile away in the ancient quarry lie even larger unfinished megaliths: the stone of the pregnant woman at 1,000 to 1,200 tons, and an even more recent discovery, weighing an astonishing 1,650 tons, making it one of the largest single stone blocks ever quarried by human hands. How were these behemoths quarried from the earth? How were they transported nearly a mile across uneven terrain? And most bafflingly, how were they lifted and set into place without the aid of modern machinery? For centuries, Baalbek has stood as a silent challenge to conventional history, an impossible feat of engineering that continues to defy explanation. This is the story of the Baalbek Trilithon, lifting the Earth's heaviest stones, and the ancient mystery that remains. The sheer scale of Baalbek stones is hard to comprehend. If you're already struggling to imagine how this was done, make sure to subscribe to Adventure Hidden. We're about to explore the history and the mind-boggling dimensions of these incredible megaliths. Your support helps us bring these monumental enigmas to light. Chapter 1. Baalbek, a Roman colossus on ancient foundations. Baalbek, known to the Romans as Heliopolis, the city of the sun, was one of the grandest sanctuaries in the ancient Roman world. Located in modern-day Lebanon, its ruins today stand as a testament to the colossal ambition and architectural prowess of the Roman Empire. During the 1st and 2nd centuries CE, under the reigns of emperors like Augustus, Trajan, and Antoninus Pius, the Romans transformed an already ancient site into a monumental religious complex. The city's strategic location in the fertile Beqaa Valley, a crossroads of trade routes, likely contributed to its importance long before the Romans arrived. Archaeological evidence suggests continuous human settlement at Baalbek dating back to the Neolithic period, around 9000 BCE. It was likely a site of worship for local Canaanite and Phoenician deities, especially the god Baal, hence Baalbek, long before the Greek and Roman interpretations of their own gods. The Roman complex at Baalbek is dominated by 3 main temples. The Temple of Jupiter, the largest and most prominent, dedicated to the chief Roman god. While only 6 of its original 54 colossal Corinthian columns still stand, their immense size, nearly 20 meters or 65 feet high, hints at the temple's former grandeur. The Temple of Bacchus, remarkably well preserved, often mistaken for the main temple due to its intact state. It showcases incredible intricate carvings and architectural detail. The Temple of Venus, a smaller, uniquely designed circular temple. However, the true heart of Baalbek's mystery lies beneath and around these Roman structures. The Roman builders did not start from scratch. They erected their magnificent temples on a pre-existing elevated platform or podium, a massive artificial terrace whose origins and construction methods remain fiercely debated. This platform, particularly its western wall, is where the legendary Trilithon is found. The Romans built on top of what was already an engineering marvel, integrating or perhaps simply utilizing an existing foundation that contained stones far larger than anything they typically used in their own monumental constructions elsewhere. This raises the critical question: were the Romans the original builders of these gargantuan foundation stones, or did they inherit and adapt a site already boasting a level of megalithic construction that even their advanced engineering struggled to replicate? This foundational mystery is where the legend of Baalbek truly begins. Chapter 2. The Trilithon, 3 legendary giants in stone. The term Trilithon literally means 3 stones, and at Baalbek, it refers to 3 specific horizontally laid megalithic blocks that form part of the western retaining wall of the Temple of Jupiter's immense podium. These are not merely large stones. They are among the largest cut-and-place stones in any ancient structure on Earth. Let's break down their mind-boggling dimensions and weight. Length. Each of the 3 Trilithon stones measures approximately 19 to 20 meters, 62 to 65 feet, long. To put that in perspective, that's roughly the length of 2 standard city buses placed end-to-end. Height. They stand about 4.2 meters, 14 feet, high. Imagine a 2-story house. Width/thickness. Their thickness is around 3.6 meters, 12 feet. Weight. Each of these 3 stones is estimated to weigh between 750 to 800 tons, 1.65 to 1.76 million pounds. To truly grasp this, consider that a single modern M1 Abrams tank weighs about 68 tons. So, each Trilithon stone is heavier than 11 fully loaded M1 Abrams tanks. Or, as mentioned in the intro, about 3 Airbus A380 Super Jumbo jets. These 3 stones are not just massive, they are also set at a considerable height, around 6 meters, 20 feet, above the ground level of the surrounding area. And beneath them, forming the lower courses of the platform, are even more massive stones, some weighing an estimated 350 tons each, though less famous than the Trilithon. The precision with which these stones are cut and fitted is equally astonishing. The gaps between them are so minute that a razor blade can barely be inserted. This level of craftsmanship, combined with their colossal size, presents an immense challenge to any conventional explanation of ancient building techniques. The Trilithon is not just a geological curiosity, it's an engineering marvel that defies easy categorization. It forces us to ask, how did ancient builders without steel, cranes, or internal combustion engines manage to quarry, transport, and lift these behemoths with such incredible accuracy? This is where the mystery of Baalbek truly deepens, hinting at lost knowledge, unknown technologies, or perhaps an unimaginable scale of coordinated human effort. Chapter 3. The Quarry Giants, even bigger, still unfinished. As if the Trilithon wasn't enough to challenge our understanding of ancient engineering, the ancient quarry of Baalbek, located about 900 meters, just over half a mile, from the temple complex, holds even more staggering secrets. Here, still partially embedded in the bedrock, lie several unfinished megaliths that dwarf even the Trilithon stones. The most famous of these is historically known as Hajar al-Hibla, or the Stone of the Pregnant Woman. This colossal stone, lying on its side, was clearly quarried, but never fully detached or transported to the temple site. Its dimensions are truly monumental. Length, over 20 meters, 66 feet, long. Height, around 4.2 meters, 14 feet, high. Width, roughly 4 meters, 13 feet, wide. Weight, estimated at around 1,000 to 1,200 tons, 2.2 to 2.6 million pounds. This single stone is heavier than 16 M1 Abrams tanks. For decades, the Stone of the Pregnant Woman was considered the largest cut stone block in the world. Its sheer size and the precision of its cutting marks only intensified the questions surrounding Baalbek's builders. Why was it abandoned? Was it too heavy even for their extraordinary methods? But the story doesn't end there. In the 1990s, another, even larger monolith was discovered in the same quarry, partially buried. Dubbed the Stone of the South, or the Second Monolith, it weighs an astounding 1,242 tons. And then, in 2014, a German archaeological team made another groundbreaking discovery. A third, even larger monolith, still mostly buried, which is estimated to weigh a staggering 1,650 tons, over 3.6 million pounds. This makes it one of the largest single stone blocks ever carved by human hands in recorded history. These quarry giants provide invaluable clues. They show the incredible scale of the quarrying operations and the audacious ambition of the builders. They confirm that the methods used for the Trilithon were not a one-off fluke, but part of a larger, ongoing effort to manipulate stones of truly monumental proportions. The fact that these larger stones were abandoned could indicate they pushed the very limits of whatever technology or technique was being employed. The existence of these unfinished giants only deepens the mystery of how any of these stones, let alone the ones successfully integrated into the platform, were ever moved. Just imagine standing next to a 1,650-ton stone. It's absolutely mind-boggling. Do you think conventional Roman methods could truly explain this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're as fascinated by these impossible ancient feats as we are, please take a moment to like this video and share it with fellow mystery enthusiasts and history buffs. Your engagement helps us uncover more incredible enigmas. Chapter 4. The Engineering Impossibility, Debunking Conventional Explanations. The sheer scale of the Trilithon and the quarry giants at Baalbek presents an immense challenge to conventional archaeological and engineering explanations. When we talk about Roman engineering, we usually think of their incredible arches, aqueducts, roads, and concrete, all impressive in their own right. But moving stones of 800 to 1,650 tons is an entirely different league. Let's look at the standard theories for moving large stones in antiquity and why they fall short at Baalbek. Ramps and rollers. This is the most commonly proposed method for moving megaliths, used in various ancient cultures. The problem: for stones weighing hundreds or thousands of tons, the logistics become nightmarish. The ramps themselves would have to be incredibly massive, requiring millions of cubic meters of earth and stone, and would have to withstand immense pressure. The rollers would need to be perfectly uniform, incredibly strong, and constantly replaced. For the Trilithon, which is placed on a podium 20 feet high, the ramp would have to be extraordinarily long and steep to lift such a weight, creating insurmountable friction and stability issues. While the quarry is slightly higher than the temple site, meaning a slight downward slope initially, the final placement of the Trilithon on the elevated podium still requires a significant lift. Sledges and manpower, thousands of men pulling on ropes. The problem: while manpower was plentiful, the friction generated by dragging an 800-ton stone, even on a sledge, is immense. It would require an astronomical number of men, perfectly coordinated, operating in a very confined space. Estimates suggest tens of thousands, far more than could realistically pull on a single stone at once. And again, lifting at 20 feet presents an even greater hurdle. Experiments attempting to recreate Egyptian obelisk movements, which are significantly lighter than Baalbek stones, have shown the difficulty, even for stones under 500 tons. Levers and fulcrums. Using levers to incrementally lift and slide stones. The problem: while effective for smaller stones, the sheer weight of the Trilithon would require levers of impossible length, strength, and stability, with equally impossible fulcrum points to withstand the pressure. The risk of snapping levers or crushing workers would be extreme. Cranes and pulleys. The Romans did have cranes and pulley systems. The problem: Roman cranes, while advanced for their time, were typically made of wood and rope. Even the largest known Roman cranes were capable of lifting stones in the range of tens of tons, maybe up to 100 tons at their absolute maximum, using complex systems of multiple capstans and enormous numbers of men. To lift 800 tons, let alone 1,650 tons, would require materials and a structural integrity far beyond anything archaeologically known from the Roman period. Modern cranes designed for such loads are enormous, steel structures with counterweights and hydraulic systems that would have been unimaginable in ancient times. The conventional explanations simply do not provide a satisfactory answer for the Baalbek megaliths. The precision, the sheer size, and the elevation defy all known Roman or earlier ancient methods for stone manipulation. This fundamental how remains the site's deepest and most tantalizing enigma, pushing some to consider more unorthodox theories. Chapter 5: Unorthodox Theories, Lost Knowledge and Beyond. Given the glaring discrepancies between known ancient building methods and the monumental reality of Baalbek, many researchers, engineers, and alternative historians have proposed theories that venture beyond conventional archaeology. These theories often suggest either a lost ancient technology, an unknown civilization preceding the Romans, or even more speculative origins. Pre-Roman civilization with advanced knowledge. Many proponents of alternative history suggest that the megalithic platform, including the Trilithon, predates the Roman presence at Baalbek. They argue that an earlier, unknown civilization, possibly possessing a more advanced understanding of engineering, acoustics, or even anti-gravity principles, was responsible for the base platform. The Romans, in this view, simply built their temples on top of an existing, already incomprehensible foundation. This theory gains some traction from the distinct architectural style of the lower courses of the Baalbek platform, which differs from typical Roman masonry. The Roman stonework is clearly visible in the upper sections, contrasting with the much larger, more precisely fitted and enigmatic stones below. Lost Roman engineering secrets. While many conventional archaeologists struggle, some argue that the Romans did possess techniques for moving and lifting such stones, but these specific methods were either incredibly complex, requiring astronomical manpower and specific ephemeral structures, like earthen ramps built over years, or their knowledge was simply lost to history. They might have used systems of interconnected wooden scaffolding, complex pulley systems far beyond what we commonly attribute to them, or even a form of terraforming, where the ground itself was manipulated to create temporary ramps and slides. However, concrete archaeological evidence of such large-scale methods for stones of this size at Baalbek is still lacking. Sound levitation or vibration. One of the more speculative yet fascinating theories involves the use of sound or vibrational energy. Ancient texts and folklore from various cultures hint at the manipulation of heavy objects through sound. Proponents suggest that specific frequencies or resonant vibrations could have reduced the effective weight of the stones, allowing them to be moved with far less effort. There's no scientific evidence to support this for ancient building, but the precision and seemingly effortless placement of the Baalbek stones fuels such ideas. Extraterrestrial or giant intervention. At the furthest end of the spectrum are theories involving extraterrestrial intervention or the assistance of a non-human species, e.g., giants from ancient myths. Proponents argue that the scale of Baalbek stones is so far beyond human capabilities of the time that an external, technologically superior force must have been involved. While highly speculative and lacking direct evidence, it highlights the sheer challenge the site poses to conventional explanations. While conventional archaeology continues to search for plausible human-centric explanations, often involving immense manpower, rollers, and temporary ramps, the fact remains that no widely accepted, scientifically proven method adequately accounts for the quarrying, transportation, and precise placement of the Baalbek Trilithon and its even larger quarry counterparts. The mystery endures, leaving room for both rigorous scientific inquiry and imaginative speculation. Chapter 6. An enduring riddle, Baalbek's challenge to history. Baalbek stands today as one of the most compelling and frustrating archaeological enigmas on Earth. Its colossal stones, particularly the Trilithon and the even larger quarry giants, present a direct challenge to our understanding of ancient engineering capabilities and the timeline of human technological development. The enduring riddle of Baalbek is multifaceted. Technological gap. There is a significant gap between what we know of Roman or earlier construction methods and the actual accomplishment at Baalbek. This isn't just about moving a 50-ton block. It's about hundreds or even over 1,000 tons, placed with extreme precision. Lack of evidence. Despite extensive archaeological investigation, there is no definitive, universally accepted evidence that clearly explains the methods used. No massive machine parts, no large-scale ramp remains that match the required scale, and no clear depictions of such monumental feats from the time period have been found at Baalbek itself. The pre-Roman argument. The possibility that the megalithic platform predates the Romans, built by an as-yet unidentified culture with unknown capabilities, adds another layer of profound mystery. If true, it would force a re-evaluation of ancient history and technological timelines. The scale of human effort. Even if theories involving immense manpower are true, the coordination, organization, and sheer endurance required to accomplish such a feat by manual means would be almost as awe-inspiring as a lost technology. It implies a level of societal organization and dedication that is itself monumental. The allure for alternative theories. Because conventional explanations often fall short, Baalbek naturally becomes a focal point for alternative theories, from lost civilizations to ancient astronauts. The fact that the site can fuel such diverse interpretations only underscores its profound mysteriousness. Baalbek is more than just a ruin, it's a silent question mark etched into the landscape, forcing us to confront the limits of our historical knowledge and perhaps, the limits of our own modern assumptions about the past. It serves as a powerful reminder that ancient civilizations may have possessed knowledge and capabilities that we are only beginning to rediscover, or perhaps, may never fully comprehend. The mystery of how Baalbek's heaviest stones were lifted continues to beckon, promising that some of humanity's greatest secrets may still lie buried, or overtly displayed, right before our very eyes. Otro. From the grand columns of Jupiter's temple to the untouched giants in the quarry, Baalbek stands as an extraordinary testament to an ancient, unsolved riddle. The Trilithon, the stone of the pregnant woman, and the 1,650-ton behemoth defy easy explanation, challenging the very foundations of our historical understanding. How were these Earth's heaviest stones quarried, transported, and lifted with such precision, thousands of years ago? Was it the unimaginable ingenuity of the Romans, the lost technology of an earlier civilization, or something else entirely? The mystery of Baalbek endures, an eternal challenge to our modern minds, reminding us that the past still holds secrets that continue to baffle and inspire. Thank you for joining us on this monumental journey into one of history's greatest engineering enigmas. If the impossible stones of Baalbek left you in awe, please like this video and share it with fellow truth seekers and mystery enthusiasts. And for more thrilling explorations into hidden history, ancient wonders, and unsolved enigmas, Don't forget to subscribe to Adventure Hidden. Until our next adventure, keep questioning and keep exploring.